Back when the first Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl trailer came out, I, just like most people, was disappointed with the way the games looked and was kinda turned off by them completely. In fact, I thought the announcement that day was so lackluster that I lost interest in Pokemon completely and pretty much decided to stop doing YouTube. Flash forward a few months, and here we are with a new Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl trailer. And I don't know what they did to those trailers, but let me tell you, the nostalgia bomb hit me like anything. There are very little changes to these games from Diamond and Pearl. Probably only like 3 major changes actually. But even those aren't too major, so it's basically like a one-to-one remake. Except, you know, if you count for like the speed up and all, the games are gonna go by fast. So thank God we don't have to wait for like 5 millennia for Blissey to freaking heal. But man, I don't know what they did to the lighting of these games, but I'm feeling the Gen 4 vibes all over again. And with some crazy good music, like, god damn, Team Galactic didn't have to go that hard. I listened to that trailer music so many times just for that part, and it was glorious. Anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is, my excitement for Pokemon is back again, specifically excitement for Sinnoh. And one thing I love about Sinnoh is its Pokemon. So you know what? I want to talk about the 3 different teams I would take in BDSP if I played through the games with each starter one at a time. With a few rules, of course. The Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon teams will all have specific rules to themselves, but the one main rule among the 3 teams is that I cannot have any overlapping team members across the 3 different teams. Which means, I can't spam Staraptor, Luxray, and Garchomp across the board. And you know what? I'm quite happy to do so. What about these team-specific rules? Well, I think it's best to share that with an example. So let's start by sharing the rules for my Infernape team. For Infernape, we're creating a team specifically for Shining Pearl, assuming that Shining Pearl has the same version exclusives that Pearl once did. We'll only be using Pokemon that are native to Sinnoh, and despite us being able to catch Platinum Mons, we're going to be limiting ourselves to Pokemon that we can only catch in the original Pokemon Pearl Pokedex, while taking advantage of version exclusives within the game. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm starting with Pokemon Pearl and Infernape first, and there's a very good reason to this. But I'll talk more about that in depth at the end of the video. If you want an answer for now, this is the last team that I used in Generation 4, and I absolutely loved it, and I want to reuse it again. It also determines the Pokemon that I'll use in the various other teams, so we're starting off with Infernape. Oh, also, from this point, this video is going to be unscripted, so yeah. Starting off the team, of course, we have Infernape. Now what to say about Infernape? Unlike most people, I'm not the biggest Infernape fan. Not to say that it's a bad starter or that I don't love it. In fact, I very much do love Infernape. It's just that Infernape is very loved and revered like Greninja or Charizard is. It's not on that level for me. Torterra is my favorite of the 3 starters. Infernape, however, is like, I think I like Chimchar more than Infernape, to be real with you. I don't know, but I love Infernape regardless. The main reason why I picked Infernape the first time around when I played Pokemon Pearl is because I never actually used Infernape by itself. I always had Infernape, like I traded and got Infernape, Empoleon, Torterra, or maybe like Torterra, Infernape, Empoleon, Infernape, you know, like that. I never had a specific Infernape team, so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna play with Infernape, and it turned out really good. Actually, fun fact, I never played Pokemon Pearl until 2 years ago. I always played Diamond or Platinum, so this is my first time using Infernape and first time playing Pearl, and I thought it was a good combination to go with them. And yeah, of course, Infernape, as is like almost every fire starter and the fire fighting starters, was really strong. I enjoyed one-shotting many things with close combat. Later on, I think got Flare Blitz. Grass Knot was also very helpful. Infernape had a very versatile moveset, which I really appreciated. And as a mixed attacker, he really stood out in the team because this team is mainly physical. So Infernape really came in clutch, and yeah, again, I never got to use Infernape prior, or never decided to use Infernape prior to this, and I'm very excited to use him once again. My Infernape was a girl, by the way, and I named her Kefla. This was an anime-based team, so, yep. Next up, we have I love all the Pokemon from this team, but Miss Magius was like an absolute beast. No, Miss Magius was so surprising. I think Miss Magius' stats, based on a stat total, is below 500, so for that reason, I thought it was going to be a little weak, but nah, man, this thing comes in clutch. It had like, I forgot what it had. I think it had a Ghost type move, Psychic type move, Thunderbolt, and Grass, Energy Ball, I think was what it was. and it really destroyed anything and everything. It was really good against Milotic, Cynthia's Milotic. It was good against most of the Elite Four one way or another. It was just very surprising. I'm not one to use a ghost type Pokemon normally. And if I do, it's probably going to be something strong like Gengar, you know? And Miss Magius, to me, isn't very strong. At least in my head, that's what it was. I never thought of it as a strong Pokemon. But I wanted to use version exclusive mons in Pokemon Pearl, and Miss Magius is obviously one of them, right? And I'm like, wow, this really surprised me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so refreshing to use a new Pokemon that wasn't Staraptor, Luxray, Garchomp, a Pokemon from Sinnoh that really stood out, and Miss Magius was definitely one of them. Again, this is a special attacker on the team, and pretty much the last of the bunch. We do have one more. We'll talk about that closer towards the end, but yeah, Miss Magius was incredible. Thoroughly surprised, and it's become one of my favorite ghost type Pokemon for sure. I think I named Miss Magius Akame. I'm gonna remember these names as I go on. Speaking of Pearl exclusives, we have another one that I was very surprised of, Bastion. Now, I'm not one to use fossil Pokemon either. Not really, maybe in Generation 1 with Amistar and Kabutops Aerodactyl. Yeah, I never really used fossils in these generations, and I decided to go ahead and use Bastion. Now, I was a little hesitant because Rock Steel fighting is gonna, you know, one low kick and I think I'm out, but Bastion was necessary as he was a tank, and man, I'm very surprised. Metal Burst is a move that I used quite often, that I was very surprised to use. I didn't realize how good it would be in game. And Toxic, and I think I had Stealth Rock. Toxic and Stealth Rock were also very helpful. I think my moveset was Metal Burst, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and what was it? Rock Slide, I think it was. Alright, post-editing hybrid here. I was wrong about Alphonse de Bastion's two offensive moves. We have Iron Tail and Rock Tomb. Now, I did use Metal Burst quite frequently throughout my journey in Sinnoh, but I guess when I got to the Champion Elite Four, I decided Iron Tail would be a better move. I don't remember why, but I do remember why I thought Rock Tomb would be better than Rock Slide. Rock Tomb obviously lowers the opponent's speed, and that came in handy, let's say against like Lucian's Alakazam. If I didn't know what to do, or I couldn't outspeed, I would send in Bastion and use Rock Tomb, lower Alakazam's speed. The Bastion goes down, something else comes in and takes Alakazam out. That was the mindset, and in that way, Bastion came in clutch against the Elite Four and Champion. So, yeah, that's Bastion, wonderful Pokemon in terms of utility and tankiness. It was fantastic to use Alphonse, who, by the way, I didn't know his name until post. Forgot completely. Again, thoroughly surprised. It's just so refreshing to use new Pokemon, and Bastion was another clear example of that. And you know what? I think I'm gonna give Rock-type Pokemon more of a chance because Bastion definitely proved himself, and so I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna trust in the Rock types from here on out. So for our fourth team member, we have Chatot. Now this is what I meant when I said, you know, we're a bit hesitant on the special attacking side. So I got Chatot because, again, I didn't want to use Staraptor, and I also wanted another special attacker. I also wanted a Pokemon that was like more so blue, and Chatot's feathers are like very pretty and all, and blue is there, you know. So Chatot. I didn't have a nickname for Chatot because it was an in-game trade, and that was the only way to get it. I didn't want to breed another one. But Chatot was kind of helpful. I think it had Hyper Voice. It had some kind of flying type move, probably Fly and something else. It was really good in the beginning. Early and mid game, Chatot actually came through a lot. It pulled through, and it really helped out. But I didn't really. Oh, Chatter was there, right? Chatter was really good too. But I didn't have the voice functionality for Chatter, so I couldn't take full advantage of it. I don't know if the voice functionality is going to be there in game for BDSP. If it's there, who knows? Late game, Chatot just did not pull through. It was more so the other 5 team members that were pulling through. Because of that, I'm a little hesitant to use it for this new team. I could use, spoiler alert, I could use Staraptor, Yanmega, or Togekiss because those are 3 flying types that I can obtain in BDSP, which I'm not using. 2 of which, Yanmega and Togekiss, are also special attackers. But I kind of still want to stay loyal to the team I had before, which is why I'm like, who knows, we'll see. Boomburst, you know, Chatot has a lot more, I think it has a lot more going for it now, like with Boomburst and stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not too sure. For the sake of how the team was before, I might stick to it. But we'll honestly see. This is the only question mark I have. Not to say Charizard's a bad Pokemon. Again, it pulled through in the beginning and in the middle. But Cynthia, it was death fodder for Cynthia in the Elite Four. I'll tell you that. So we had a lot of like weird picks here, like throughout this entire list. How about we go with something more normal, air quote normal. We got Floatzel. I'm not gonna go with a team without water type. This is the first team, by the way. This is the first team I used without a water, grass, and fire trio, and I was so happy. First team in a long time. I can't remember the last time we did it, and I was you know, despite not having a grass type Pokemon, we had Floatzel. I definitely still need a water type because obviously Surf and all, but even despite that, I think a water type is a necessity. Floatzel, what's there to say about it? It had some kind of ice type move, probably like Ice Beam or Ice Fang. I guess 2 water type moves and something else maybe. I'm not too sure, but it's a Floatzel. It pulled through. It's like the OG water type of Sinnoh. Can't go wrong with it. It pulled through with what it did. I really don't know what's there to say about it. I'm trying to remember its name. I really don't know. I really don't know what its anime name would have been. It's not Tanjiro or anything, because at this point I haven't watched Demon Slayer. So I want to say, like, I have no idea. It'll be up on screen, but Floatzel came through. Floatzel throughout the whole thing was very steady in the way it performed. And yeah, that's Floatzel. I don't know what to say. Floatzel is it's just a good Pokemon. Good Pokemon overall. And finally, we have another Pokemon that really shocked me and that was so versatile and so helpful. We have Drapeon. Poison and Dark. I did not realize how good of a typing this is. You're immune to Psychic, and not only that, the way Drapeon is, like, oh my god, its moveset was so versatile. I think I kept changing its moveset over like all the way through, but I think at the end of it, it was like Aerial Ace, Poison Jab, Night Slash, and some kind of bug type move. I think it was probably like Mega Horn, or I don't know what it learns, but something really strong is what it was. Oh, and I think it had Earthquake too. Someone had Earthquake. It must have been Drapeon. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Again, like its moveset was all over the place, right? Like it was everywhere, and I could change it as I wanted for the situation because like I had enough TMs I felt to where I could replace a move if I needed to and still be okay. So when I got to Elite 4, I changed the moveset completely, and it was like if I didn't know who to go into, I'd use Drapeon. I'd go into Drapeon and just hit it with something. Something would work out. One way or another, Drapeon would come in clutch. It was like Drapeon and Bastion. Those were the 2 Pokemon. If I didn't know what to do, I'd switch into one. One for defensive purposes, one for offensive purposes. Drapeon was the offensive guy, and yeah, man, Drapeon. I'm just thoroughly surprised. And in BDSP, it's gonna be even better because of the fairy typing, and it's gonna hit like a truck. It's just gonna hit like a truck. Of course, neutral to fairy, I guess, because of the dark typing, but still, Paul's Drapeon put a lot of work in the battle against Ash, and I should have realized what that meant for Drapeon as a Pokemon, because trust me, Drapeon is a beast. What was this guy's name? I don't know. Maybe it was X-Men. Wolverine. It's not anime. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Was it a female? Was it Mikasa? Might have been Mikasa. I'm a huge Attack on Titan fan, so if Drapeon was a female, it might have been, but it will be up on screen, whatever it is. So yeah, that's my team. That's my team for Shining Pearl and my old Pokemon Pearl team. Infernape, Mismagius, Bastion, Chatot, Floatzel, and Drapeon. Next time, we'll be talking about our team for Diamond, and Empoleon is going to be the starter for that team. But if you want to stay here and listen to the quick story I have, basically, if you know, in 2019, 2020, around that time, I was in India for a whole year, and I was at like a yoga center and like a meditation place where we're basically, for the most part, removed from the outside world. Not because we have to be, by choice. We chose to stay away from social media and all these other things. But I'm someone who I guess wasn't used to the climate in India. I got sick over and over again, and one of the times I got sick, I don't want to get into too many details because it might be gross for some of you guys, but a bug basically bit my foot, and it got like, it swole, like my foot was like apparently it's like someone said my foot was 3 times the size of my normal feet, which I don't think it was that big, but you know, I had to stay in bed rest for like 3 or 4 days because of it. And throughout that time, I couldn't really do much, and I had my laptop, so I'm like, hey, let's play Pokemon Pearl. I had a laptop, I'm like, bet, let's play. Let's play the game, right? And I decided on a team, and I stuck with it, and I ran it through. And here it was. This was my team, and this was, again, the first time I decided not to use Staraptor, Luxray, Garchomp in a Sinnoh team. This is the first time I decided to use Infernape as a starter. First time I decided to play Pearl. First time I decided not to use a grass type on my team, not to run the Fire, Water, Grass trio. First time I played with so many, like, used so many Mullins, Miss Magnus, Bastion, Drapeon. These were all very, like, firsts, and it gave a very refreshing experience to me as a Pokemon fan, as someone who played through Sinnoh so many times. This is very refreshing, and decided not to use items either, unless it was outside of battle. And it was so fun, like playing the games all over again, and it was a genuine challenge as well, especially when I got to the Elite Four and Cynthia, of course. So that's the whole story behind it. It was so great, and because of the choices I made for this team, how it was very new and there's a lot of firsts, I decided to run with like a similar idea of starting with like with a lot of firsts for my team in Diamond. And that's what the Empoleon team is going to be like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini story in this video. It's very long, but I thoroughly enjoyed talking about the team I want to have for Shining Pearl. So if you enjoyed, please do, you know, hit the like button, dislike button, whatever you wish. And yeah, I hope you stay tuned for the next 2 videos on Empoleon and Torterra. I think the Empoleon team's one you guys are really going to enjoy. So take care of yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on the next video, alright? Later. Also, I hope you enjoyed unscripted content. Please let me know how that goes.